This is the biggest wealth transfer ever. Literally, ever. Please indulge me for the rest of this video to explain how you can make generational wealth. The grand total family wealth in 1989 in the US was $38 trillion. Fast forward it to 2022, it was 140 trillion. In the 1980s, average house was £24,000. While the average salary was around £14,000. While now, the average house is around £240,000, £250,000, and the average salary is like 29k. That discrepancy is crazy. If you're not making money, it's gonna be extremely hard right now. I'm gonna try to put a graph up here. It literally shows the top 1% poses nearly as much as the top 10%. And then if you combine the top 10 and the top 1%, they literally own majority of the wealth in the world. Let that sink in. Which basically means only the high net worth, which is around 20 million, will inherit 45% of the wealth transfer. So 45% of the wealth transfer is already taken away by the top 1.5% who earns 20 million or over. So now there's not really much left for us. The main reason for this was due to the US tax code and all the loopholes that all these 1% knows about. Now we have two sides of the story. Some people want to tax the ultra rich the same percentage they tax normal people, and they want to tax these massive corporations. However, other people are like, if we tax the ultra rich and all these big companies, they're gonna leave that country, which would decrease the amount of money even taxable. For example, in the UK, I think from like 2022, thousands of entrepreneurs are moving to Dubai. Therefore, it means there's less money in the British ecosystem. Those are the two sides. I would love to hear your side, which side of the fence you're on, by commenting below. Just let me know what you actually think. If the extreme rich should get taxed more, or maybe we should just leave it the way it is. If you look at all these great entrepreneurs right now, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, these were all part of the baby boomer era. An estimation of around $900 trillion will be passed over when they die. 900 trillion. How many of them entrepreneurs have kids? How many kids do they actually have? This shows there's an opportunity to take out of that 900 trillion. I want to be part of the 0.01% that was not given a massive inheritance or even any inheritance, but was able to navigate their life to take out the pie and make a name for myself. So one of the big main players in this part are private equity firms. They do stuff called rolling up. So out of these baby bloomers that was fortunate to be in a good era where there was a massive boom, some of these people are trying to retire. Their kids aren't in the same industry they were in. Their kids don't want to be starting business. Some of them just want to be working a 9 to 5. So some of these money are already gone. So these PE firms, and what they would do, they'll merge all of these small businesses into one business, hire one CEO that will literally run the whole group and basically get cheaper workers for them. Basically suck out all the profit from multiple companies. Therefore, there's an opportunity for people to have saved up a little bit of money to start buying these companies. Yes, you may not be able to buy multiple of them, but you can buy one of them. And way to make money now is to buy someone's business. You may think that you may need millions of dollars, but no. There's so many different finance methods that you can even use nothing to buy a company. You should definitely look into them. Now the second highest asset class other than the businesses are the homes. This generation owns around 49% of the homes. This is why it's so hard to buy houses nowadays. These are all been bought up either investment property or just for assets for the kids. There's an article I was reading that landlords are selling the clothes, selling other assets, maybe not going out, not paying for expensive food because they're struggling to pay with their mortgage. It is so hard for most of these landlords, only because these baby bloomers have pushed them down, because they're just sitting on millions and millions of pounds or dollars on assets, not even living in them, or they own thousands of real estate complex, and they're just increasing the prices year after year. Bearing in mind, all these people bought their homes, but interest rates were extremely low and when you're so affordable. So now, 40 years down the line, there's no home for people to buy that's affordable for me and you. You may be like, oh, all these baby bloomers who owns Residence House, when they're about to die, they'll give it to their kids and the kids will probably end up selling it because the kids will want the cash. No. A lot of these baby bloomers don't have enough money. There's another article that I read that people from the age of 55 to 75, only 28% of them will have any substantial money saved to actually pay for their nursing home. These houses won't be handed down. These houses will actually be sold to afford the senior living costs. and we all know the senior living costs are skyrocketing. All that being said, the great wealth transfer is going to help consolidate small businesses, financialize home further, drive medical care, and increase household debt. However, there is still hope. So how do we beat these people in the stock market? Now with all these Trump tariffs, all these geopolitical and all these foreign policies, there's time to invest in the stock market and start your own businesses. These are the two ways I believe you can make money now. Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people don't understand the significance of starting your own thing, being in control of your own time, of your own destiny, and of how much money you want to make. Because when you have your own business, that's all in your hands. Some work, you can't do overtime. There's only a certain amount of overtime you can do, but when you have your own business, you can work as hard as you want. It's like a baby. You can mold it to whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a unicorn, if you want it to be a small lifestyle business, whatever you imagine, you can make that business to what you want it to be. It's time for us to make generational wealth. It's time for us to change how our life will be forever. Now is the time.